So to create the layout, I'm going to use this sheet of the wood pattern paper. On the back it has a beautiful dark floral pattern. Then to the front of it, I have taken a few pieces of the pattern paper. This is a beautiful plaid. It has stars on one side, a light blue dot, it has these floral pieces, and then I've taken a creamy white floral and I'm using the black side, and I'm just going to notch the ends of each of these pieces, and I've cut them in a variety of widths and lengths, and I've just kind of eyeballed the widths and lengths as well. Alright, so on my layout I'll want to add them in kind of a cluster, so I'm using a dot runner adhesive, and I'll place my black piece down, and then I'll add my blue piece, overlap that black, and we'll align it with the top line of that wood grain. Then I just have some white crochet twine, and I'm going to wrap this around the long pink plaid. What I love about this stack is that everything is coordinated to match, and they have both large, medium, and small patterns, which makes it really easy to create a layout like this. So I've wrapped it around about 6 or 7 times, and I'll tie it into a bow, and then we can attach this piece as well. And this one is going to overlap the two. And you can see that I have them so different parts show. The key is to make sure that is perpendicular to each side of your page. And I have a large 5x7 photo. It's of my daughter, and I love that this particular collection matches this soft pink rose in her dress. And I'm going to pull that tie a little bit, and then we'll mount that right on the plaid strip, so you can see a little bit of the blue, a little bit of the plaid, and then of course the black on the right side. Now to the upper right corner, I'm going to add one craft photo corner, and then I have this pattern paper. I pulled one sheet out, and I looked at the pattern paper, and I looked at some of these big floral clusters, and I went ahead and fussy cut them from that pattern paper. And then what I will do is I'll start creating a cluster of flowers around that image. And it's okay if it overlaps onto the photo. Just want to try and stretch it. And I want to create a little bit of a curve here. So curve that a little bit. Now behind that floral cluster, I've taken some of the solid paper, and I'm going to bend up the leaves. I just used a die cut I have on hand, and I'll just bend up that nice cardstock. Love how thick it is, love the texture. But bending a die cut where the leaf stem would come through the leaf is a great way to add texture. And we're going to place these behind that floral cluster. So I'll add some adhesive to the back of those leaves. And then we'll fill in some of this cluster image with these die cut pieces. We'll add the second one. And then once I have everything how I like, that's when I'll go back and I will start adding some of the other floral pieces. Lift these up so I can get that placement just right. Now, one thing you can do is you can leave your flowers flat on your layout, or you can use pop dots to raise some of the items up, which is what I'm going to do. So some of these I'll use glue dots, and I'll attach these right flat on my layout. And then for this blue flower, I'll just take a couple of little foam dots or foam squares, and then this will give it just a little bit more lift. Again, make sure you don't obscure any of the photo or any important part of the photo. We'll make this one pop dotted. You don't need a lot, just fill in a little to help raise that on your page. And again, we're trying to stretch the design down here so we can bend it a little bit. And then that blue flower, we will lay flat with a couple of blue dots. You can use whatever adhesive that you like. All right, coming out of the blue flower, I have two strips that I've cut from the cut-aparts. One says Happy Place and the other one says Grow in Grace. And I'm going to use small pop dots, or rather glue dots, to attach these to my layout. And I love that they come in these beautiful soft colors and have those shiny copper accents. So you just want to make sure you can read both phrases. And then for my title, I just have a gold sticker. So shop your supplies and see what you have that you can use. And just peel it away from the back. And we'll add it to the layout. So this will go right across this whole entire piece. We'll lift this a little bit because on this bottom side I have some additional fussy cut pieces. Again, we'll fold up the leaf to create some dimension. I think I'll add some glue dots to this to make sure it sticks really well. I like my pieces that have some dimension to stick up a little bit. And then I don't want to completely obscure the twine. We want to make sure that we place this next fussy cut piece so that it goes a little bit under the title, fills up that corner, but you can still see the twine. We'll lift whatever pieces up we need to. And then we'll fill in with one pop dotted piece so that I have pop dotted pieces on both the left side as well as the right side of the layout. You can see that I've slightly covered the title here at the bottom. And once I get everything how I like, then I can press everything down. Alright, so I have a couple of cards that I have cut from the journaling cards piece. I haven't cut them perfectly because what I am going to do is I am going to create tags from these pieces. So I'll cut one corner off. I'll take that piece, turn it over, and then cut from the other side. And then I'll take just a standard hole punch, punch a hole in that new tag, take some more of that crochet twine, thread it through the tag, and you can tie it in a bow, you can tie it like you might see a tag at a clothing store, you can do whatever you like. And then I'm not going to use the whole tag, so I'm just going to cut off part of it. And then what we're going to do is place that tag right behind that right side. And we'll do the same thing with this green tag. So I've prepped the top of the green tag. And we'll slightly overlap these two. One will stick up a little higher than the other. And that creates some dimension over here. Now you can take these solid pieces of cardstock that are included in this stack and you can print or write your journaling onto these pieces. And I'll add my journaling over here on these pieces, and I'll just use some glue dots to do that. But you can use those solid double-sided cardstock pieces, and again, remember there are different colors on both sides, to do your journaling. They would make great photo mats. You could use the specialty paper to add texture either through just pattern, or you could die cut from those pieces. So just a few rows of journaling, and it talks about how my daughter is blessed and I want her to recognize those blessings. And then to finish off the layout, we're going to add a few enamel dots, so just dots that you have in your stash, and I'm going to use these beautiful cream ones. Don't often get to use kind of the cream, but I think with this particular stack, it's just really, really lovely. Just fill in. Fill up that space a little bit, create some dimension. So thank you for joining me for the scrapbooking process video. I hope you enjoyed this layout that features the Americana stack from the Park Lane Papery. You can find these stacks at Joann, so be sure to check out all the different ones available, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. For additional inspiration, visit jengallacher.com.